For our next example, we're going to take a look at a concept called optional parameters. Now, in the same vein as overloaded methods, which provide some level of convenience to the programmer using your class's methods, an optional parameter does a similar thing. It allows some flexibility in how a programmer calls a given method. So in this example, you can see that we have a power method. It's defined to receive two integers, a base value and an exponent value, and it's going to use this loop down in the body of the method to calculate the base value raised to the exponent power. Now you can see the new feature here in the second parameter where we've declared that exponent value has a default value or an optional value of 2. And what that means is if the programmer calls this method with one argument, which would represent the base value, the compiler will automatically use the value 2 for the exponent value. If the programmer calls the method with two arguments, then the arguments supplied by the programmer will be used. So you can see here on lines 10 and 11 that we're calling power in the first case with one argument and in the second case with two arguments. And basically what's going to happen is the first case, the compiler will first look for a version of power that takes only one argument. There is no version of power that takes only one argument, but there is a version of power that takes two and has an optional value for the second argument. So the call here at line 10 is really as if I had written 10, comma 2, comma 2, to raise 10 to the second power and calculate the value 100. And in the second case here, we've provided both the base and the exponent, and 2 raised to the 10th power should give us the value 1024. So if I go ahead and run this program, you can see here that the first call with just the value 10 as an argument produced the value 100, so we clearly squared the value 10 to produce 100. And in the second case, it used the values we supplied to calculate 2 to the 10th power for a result of 1024. Now, one of the key things that you need to know about optional parameters is if you do provide an optional value for a given parameter, all subsequent parameters in the parameter list from that point forward must also provide optional values.